stay with the group.
Yeah, excellent.
That's actually a good point.
That's right. Two people here are indentured.
I'd like to examine Strick's appearance, what he has on him.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sure.
Can I? I'm not obviously going to go and paw at him.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to actually touch him in order to examine. Though usually it needs to be in close sight.
Right. So I'll stick close to him.
All right. You see closer.
If you paw it even closer, you might be able to acquire a few pieces.
Yeah, you can get to use that sleight of hand skill.
Yeah, I can't wait until he finds a horse. We'd be like, nice legs.
Yeah.
Nice legs.
Trying to return the centaurhood whatever way he can. So he's got a set of gleaming banded mail, okay, which despite its amazing heaviness and all, he walks around in quite easily. He has bracers on his arms, okay, right, which it looks like he uses as shields. You would know that. You've already seen him in combat now. So I mean, when for example, the bird was coming down to attack him, he just blocked the beak, cut it in half. Okay. so he uses the bracers as a shield type action. He's got a long sword on him, a heavy warhammer, a large pick.
This is all too big. I'm interested in smaller stuff.
You're interested in smaller stuff? He's got tons of potions and shit in stuff in a girdle. He's got a large girdle around his waist. And he's got lots of belt pouches, and you can just tell that they're filled with potions and small items of some sort. He's got some really heavy, nice boots and a fine cloak. He's just wearing normal clothing as otherwise.
Can I get that for free? No.
Okay.
What about he's got the insignia, right?
Yeah, he's also, I'm sorry, his clothing has got a tabard, which has got the same type of, insignia as all of the other soldiers do. So he wouldn't be able to pass as a guy from Calmandy or any other period. He's a monk in the Baklabi army. Anything else want to do, Nate?
At some point, I'd like to ask Barnaby to touch the queen. Especially in relation to touching that stone.
No!
Wow. Why not? What's wrong?
Bad.
You can already tell.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Where'd you get that right?
It's mine. This is a gift from my tribe. Well, it's more than a gift. It's really my assignment.
Mm-hmm.
Your assignment?
Yes, he has homework. Nice try.
Some great evil is coming. Probably that has something to do with the Gordeshi Empire, and very likely when and if it comes, my tribe will be in trouble. So they gave me this stone as a sign of what I've got to search for. I'm out here to find out what this is and try to stop it or get back to my tribe and have them help stop it or whatnot. Cool.
And we're here to hinder you.
Thanks. I see that you appreciate the help given very much.
So you're continuing. By the way, Strick is still keeping a pace while everybody's doing this. So we're assuming that you're doing all this while you're talking. You have enough time now to know that there are no horses or Mustangs or anything like that in the immediate area. Right? There's all types of game and fowl and other types of stuff if you wanted to. If you wanted to hunt, if you wanted to do some survival skill type stuff, but there's no mounts or large creatures like that.
I got plenty of food.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, the whole place.
But yes, but anyway, so your nature sense actually gives you a great deal of information about the surrounding area. Okay? So you know, for example, that very soon this area is going to turn into from broken scrub into more like foresty type of area. Okay, you know that the where the river is, to your left, all sorts of things.
Okay, well, I might collect some berries along the way or something like that.
Sure, you could probably find
Or some assorted greens.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Just some greens and some berries.
Okay, perfect. So Firefly seems very much in tune with nature, the things you're working on.
Like you possibly wish to.
Hey! I don't eat anything before this.
So I think it'd be good. It'd be good if we could have Barnaby touch this thing. He doesn't seem to want to. I wonder if we could use if we could use diplomacy together to see if we could convince him.
Or you just tie him up and hold
To
him
do
and make
so.
him touch you.
Yeah, but see, he's got to actually voluntarily tell us what he senses. That's the only problem.
Oh, I think he'll blabber it out, but I certainly wouldn't.
He said something about a great evil when he touched it accidentally. But the
Yes.
problem is, I want to know more. I want to know how it relates.
I don't think he
to that-
knows
that
more.
stuff.
I think if he touches it, he'll blab whatever he knows, and he won't even understand a word he said.
I think the timing does need to be right. In fact, I would like him to touch me and tell me about my past. But
Or touch
I
Sally
think
and tell us
we
about
need
that
to
witch.
wait till we save his life a couple of times.
Yeah, everybody
A couple
wants
more times.
Barnaby to reach out and test him. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's like one of those online quizzes, you know.
I'll certainly lend my hand to try to persuade him. So if you want to go and talk to
Just
him,
wait until combat's and give him a great big hug.
Well, I've got quite a bit of diplomacy. So.
Really? Wow. The fat girl knows how to talk to people.
You know, I think he's probably already overloaded, and he's got an important thing that he has to do in Golden. And if we just keep overloading the system, he might be useless to Golden, which could be a bigger threat
you're concerned with my
than worrying about your thing that he said something's
Well,
coming.
I mean, he's been doing his touch sensing since he was like very young, I assume. I mean, how could he overdo it?
And look what it's done.
Burnout. Yeah, and by the way, you take a close look at him.
How much more could he screw him up? I mean,
I don't want to take that chance. I don't think it's worth it.
well, I'll see.
Maybe it's Brandley.
You guys have convinced me.
I still don't know.
I don't have much diplomacy. I'm not very diplomatic, so.
Touch this or I'll get very angry.
You don't want to see me when I'm angry.
Well, we can do intimidate checks. I mean, I have a high intimidation.
Yeah, I don't like to be intimidated.
By the way, you already know his intimidate DC is probably negative. Right? So, Barnaby, I'd like to help you.
The only trouble is he'll just curl up into the fetal ball.
Right,
Which is why I was thinking of the whole
You know, maybe what we can do is, since this is connected to this mystery that we are all, well, at least the two of us are deeply preoccupied with, perhaps we could convince Strick. And Strick could...
Strick is and because Strick could he'll listen to Strick.
He'll listen to
Strick
Strick.
seems in charge.
Let's go
do this.
talk to Strick.
So
talking to Strick or
we'll
we're talking to
collaborate
Who should
on
be like the leader in
Tom,
talking? Yeah, I'll be the leader in talking. I got 4.
You got a +4. What do you have on diplomacy?
On which?
Morin.
Oh, I've got a +2.
Let's do okay. So the two of us should help Nina.
Actually, you might want me to talk to him.
Oh really?
Yeah.
How good is your diplomacy?
Jeez, he's a 5.
I just think I'm a little more diplomatic than...
Yeah.
How many people can collaborate together on using a skill?
You can use as many people as...
And they all have +2?
And they will all, if each one of you individually rolls 10 or greater, then each one of them add a +2. That's
All
right.
right.
Sounds great.
Now, by the way, there are some situations in which this is a social skill, and most social skills will scale, to a very large number of people. There are some physical skills that you can't, whatever, have an arbitrary number of people on, because you just can't physically fit many people in the. Okay.
Open door.
You're right, guy.
So we're trying to talk...
I've got a +4.
Let's go and try to talk to Strick and
But the more the
and say
merrier.
Keep going, keep going. Thank you very much.
and say that that what do you call it? This ring will help us unravel more of the mystery of the Gordeshi Empire and the great evil that's coming. And if Barnaby touched it and told us more about it, it would be really helpful. Strick is already concerned about this whole business of whatever the hell's going on with the Gordeshi Empire. So I think he'd be amenable to asking Barnaby to touch this.
Okay.
And,
Hey, you guys...
So let's yes.
I'd also like to
Hey,
know about that witch.
Yeah.
If we could-
Yes.
I wanted to talk to you about that. I noticed he has that funky ring over there. And
There are all types of funny stuff.
Oh yes, that's for sure. But it seems a lot of stuff is all tied up in that one type of rock there. Everyone keeps examining it every place we go.
Yeah, malachite. I've heard of it before.
And what I was thinking, and I think a lot of us here, there's several of us here, we were all thinking it. Barnaby, the first time, he just casually touched it, had this feeling. But I think we might be able to gain some more information if Barnaby actually hangs on to it for a few minutes and sees what he can get out of it.
Was it say he told you some information type of situation, or was it say he curled up into a fetal ball afterwards situation?
This was he told us some
He just
information
told some useful information.
and it was needed.
It's hard to say how useful it is. Because it was so brief. I was busy doing something outside, really didn't get a chance.
Yeah.
And so now that we're not preoccupied with something else, it might be a
But you
good.
definitely saw something.
He's scared.
And it seemed very
He's
important.
scared of the ring is the thing, and so
Yeah, he's probably got.
He's scared of everything.
So by the way the new diplomacy skill works is you have to offer a deal. Okay, so you want for him to convince Barnaby to touch the ring. What are you offering him in return?
That it'll-
So
I think it's
why
gonna
should I
help-
even try and do that?
Because I think it's going to help all of us out. Well, especially you guys.
And you think it's kind of thinkable?
Why are you here? You're here because
You wanna know-
you are supposed to figure out what is going on in Golden and why all this bad stuff is happening.
And I think that thing is,
We think
and
it's
that
linked to
clearly
both.
seems linked to all of
We have
it.
our dice, so.
Okay, all right. This is non-musical situation. Okay, I'll make your rolls.
have a +1.
Plus
I
5.
have +1.
21.
15. Wow.
I have a plus
So you roll well.
15 people. Okay, 15. So how many people got plus over 10?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2. Did you get over 10? Okay, so that's 4. Did you get over 10?
No.
Okay, very good. Okay, so we have a 19 effective thing you do. That's actually a pretty good one. That's a pretty good roll.
Who's the main one?
What'd you roll? And then during the entire situation, you're thinking about the entire spiel, all this various other stuff. While he's considering it, it actually looks like you're going to convince him. Blah. And then he reaches out, grabs your hand, and says, "I'll cut this off the next time you try that."
Oh. What did I try?
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do anything with Barnaby. Barnaby doesn't want to touch it, then he doesn't want to touch it.
Thanks.
Well, let's not
Warren, you had him convinced. He was convinced, and then whatever. Warren was.
Can we like beat him up or something?
What would you do?
I'm gonna pop him in the jaw.
Right to the moon, Alice.
Touch me.
Don't.
You're barbarian. What you do?
Good God, have you no sense, man? Don't mess with Strick.
Okay, so
Have you been paying attention? That's just one thing I laughed.
so then which one is it? Are you guys going to do anything else for the day? Otherwise,
Let's just ask
I'm
Barnaby.
16, man. 16.
I'm just gonna keep moving and.
No. Let's actually ask Barnaby instead of asking Strick. Let's actually ask Barnaby instead of asking Strick. And then
Instead of us talking to Strick, we could just try talking to Barnaby to get him to do it himself.
sure.
I mean,
I wouldn't do that. He's definitely scared of this ring.
well, it's worth trying.
Oh, what were you talking to Strick for then? Strick is just gonna convince Barnaby.
Yeah.
Why don't we try to convince Barnaby?
we should just go right to the source.
Go to us.
And you know if we all go like that?
The only trouble is, I don't think there's a deal we can offer Barnaby.
I know, that's 2 3s in a row. These are bad dice.
This is okay. So, well, no, you're getting them out of the way. Actually, combat or some type of thing.
So, I'm going to go talk to Barnaby.
Sure.
Hey, Barnaby.
Yeah.
We noticed a lot of stuff seems to be tied up with those malachite statues, sundials.
Yeah. Oh, the sundial model was not made out of malachite. So far, nothing that you've seen except for this ring has been made out of malachite. It's just been big grace.
What are we gonna offer?
But I've probably
But I
mentioned
mean,
it other times, but a lot
all
of
this
stuff-
Gordeshi stuff, that ring is Gordeshi, the sundial is Gordeshi.
Right.
And we noticed you briefly just touched it briefly for a second, you had this weird feeling.
I didn't touch it.
You just want to try,
Didn't touch it.
I think if you went ahead and just held it for a second or hold it for like a whole minute, you might gain some wonderful insight.
No.
Wonderful insight.
And it could really help us out, and we really.
I think it could help everybody, it could help you out. I mean, you
Not help me. No.
I think it wouldn't help him.
It certainly would help with your task in Golden, because it'll give you some perspective as to what Strick So in Golden Strict wants you to touch some things, which are
+5.
+1, 2. Well, I'm not helping.
Okay, he's got one.
I've got a +2.
Okay, +2, +2. And what was yours?
9.
9. Oh, you don't even get the 15. Okay.
All right. Intimidate.
Yeah, so he.
Oh, wait, no, guys.
Don't even do that. You'll just curl up and
Don't intimidate him.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen right now. Let's just wait a few more days.
And you were forgotten by then, see, right?
Can you ask him about the witch again?
What?
Diplomacy.
Go ahead, you can ask him about the witch. Why don't you ask him about the witch?
Can you tell us about that witch you said earlier?
I don't know, no witch.
He's
Can I
useless
intimidate
right now.
him?
It's not.
What witch you talking about? Remind me?
He brushed her and said something about.
That was in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
I listened to the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So strangely, he wasn't here, but he knows everything about the other session.
He seems to have 2 modes almost, Barnaby does. Like where he casually brushes something and he won't remember what he's, even having touched something, but he'll sort stuff out. And then another one, he actually needs to touch something.
So, do you think that it's the casual thing that is the key spiel for him not remembering things? So it's very clear now that he doesn't actually remember particular things that have happened when he touched things.
Or maybe it's that he was distracted because all the time that he was right in the middle of battle, in the middle of being tied up, in the middle of whatever, right?
Why don't you see if you know anything about this? You seem to have an extensive knowledge of.
I'll use No Arcana to find out what the deal is with touch psychics there. About +10.
It's gotta be something.
15. Only 15.
Only 15? That's pathetic. That's pathetic.
No, I rolled a
It's so pathetic, whatever. You get no more information than you have right now. It's pathetic.
I'll just have to wait till next level.
Okay, this is what you'll get for the DC 15. You'll get that maybe there is something that it's linked to. Okay, so in your particular case, you're thinking that it's linked to combat. Okay. That's what you get. That's what you get with the DC 15. What? So he's now observed, okay, right, that there are some things that Barnaby doesn't remember. Okay, so when you talk to him normally, by the way, you know that he remembers conversations and stuff. He remembers who you are. He remembers all this sort of stuff. So he's normal in that particular respect, right? But then there are some situations in which he actually doesn't remember some of the things that have been said, in particular he said.
Well, things he said about things he touched.
I think exactly things he said about
brushed the string, said great, evil, bad, and then doesn't remember doing that.
Yeah, he doesn't remember the witch. He doesn't remember the ring. There might be other things that you think back on that he doesn't remember.
Well, maybe we could, make him brush up against it.